Developing tonight, an active investigation underway after a man died while in custody Sunday in Norfolk. Authorities say a 33-year-old man was arrested for sexual assault charges, then booked into the Norfolk City Jail Sunday morning. Then at 10:30 that same night, he was found unresponsive. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. The man's identity has not yet been released. The Madison County Sheriff's Office was requested to come in and conduct an independent investigation. Then a grand jury will review the evidence of the investigation. And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on any new details that come available in this investigation.